gotta ask this question because I don't want time to run out and not ask it. What what do you think drives you to not only create these almost perfect mirror to the characters, but what is the connection to the characters that you have when you do this?
You know, the thing about heroes, superheroes, is that they're individuals who have these powers
Mm-hmm.
or have this desire to help, and they do so without personal gain. You know, just being selfless people. Bruce Wayne, because his parents were killed. And my favorite, Superman. Superman has all these powers. He could rule the world, but he doesn't. He helps the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a model for anybody. I guess they're modern parables, you might say.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'll buy it. I'll buy that for $1.
Well,
I'll buy that.
I remember reading a lot of things where the similarities between Superman and the Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, sure. In fact, when I teach theology, I use those similarities when I teach my kids.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's real simple. Like, for example, when I teach them about, when I'm teaching the Gospels, and I'll say, the Israelites wanted a mighty hero king, King David, someone who's going to come in and rescue them from the oppression of the Romans. They wanted Superman, but they got Clark Kent. They got someone mild-mannered to lead the way. And kids can relate to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the first Superman movie, there's all this Christ imagery. You know, they need a light to show them the way. I sent them you, my only son.
Right.
Where have I read that before?
Yeah. Did you see Man of Steel, the new one?
Yes, I did.
I refused. But how was your
I do not like Man of Steel. I have a big rant about it.
That's
well, the thing
that's
that
a reboot. That's not Superman.
Kevin Costner was probably the worst Jonathan Kent I've ever seen in film. He was like this paranoid lunatic. Like, please, you can't show me your powers, son. Let me die instead. He wasn't Glenn Ford. Glenn Ford was like the quintessential Pac-hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had real problems with that. Some of the special effects were okay. The flying effects were great, but like you, he wasn't Superman.
No.
That's not even what did it for me. The cinematography was whack. The same fight scenes over and over again. All they do is punch people across and destroy 5 buildings. Like, the only
Which
good
Superman
scene.
would never do. It would take his fights away from.
Yeah, the only good scene was the bad chick who run and punched one guy and sped over and punched the other guy, but that was it. Everything was the same thing, and this camera was so shaky. I was not happy.
and Zack Snyder, the director, says he's a Superman fan and he knows the character. I'm like,
what?
No. And as much as I like the Christopher Reeve Superman, I thought he did a great job as Superman. I didn't like his Clark Kent. It was too wimpy. You can't
Oh yeah.
Was Michael knows and I myself being reporters, you can't be a wimpy reporter. You can't.
No, but I think
you don't get a story
he
that
wanted
way.
to make Superman and Clark two different people.
Yeah.
And if you read you read Superman or Action in the 70s, and they were really dealing with Clark being wimpy and klutzy. And I think he just magnified that in his portrayal.
I just that always. I always like the Billy Batson reporter better.
Girls like that stuff. It's oh, he's so
but you
cute.
can't be a reporter being wimpy. Well, unless he's covered in canasta competitions. You can't be interrogating criminals or whatever. He's coming off as a wimp.
No,
George Reeves, I thought, was a great Superman because the key is he had to be mild-mannered. Didn't have to be a wimp. He just had to be mild-mannered.
Well, someone else broke it down this way too. They say that
Clark Kent.
They say the argument, and then I hear that also, is that he had to make himself so different from. But also, someone said something very interesting that he was actually insulting us because that's what he thought he needed to be human. To be this bumbling idiot and be weak and all this other stuff when he's totally opposite. I don't know. What's your take on that? You think there's some truth to that?
I've heard that before, but I could somewhat see that, but I don't think I guess he was just trying to be more opposite from Superman than he could be. Maybe trying to, like with Lois, trying to say, look, this is who I really, this is, love me for me. Love me for this. And of course, Lois went, no. And, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, if you know, the best Superman Clark was in the radio, Bud Collyer. You know, he dropped his voice to, this looks like a job for Superman. That was,
But they kind of copied that for the Fleischer cartoon, didn't they?
well, they used his voice. They used Bud Collyer to do
Oh, he did the radio too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know. I wasn't aware. Okay, thank you. I didn't know that. Thank you.
So if there were something that you wanted people to know, as far as you as a, it might be connected to your faith, or just your connection to cosplay and connection to these characters, what would you want it to be?
Do good. That's what the heroes, they do good. Be a good person, do good. You know, that's what the basis of my faith is. Do unto others, do good.
Mm-hmm.
Be Christ for somebody else, and you know that's what the heroes do. They do good.
Well, you did good today. You did a good job being a part of this show. We really appreciate you coming out.
Hopefully have you on again sometime.
Love to be on.
Awesome.
In costume.
Eclecticka. And
Okay.
maybe we'll get you at Comic-Con.
Hey, we could do that.
You know, that'd be awesome. Keep checking us out. We'll have more interesting people from cosplay to gamers. Black Crystal has a surprise for you guys coming up when it comes to video games. I'm not going to say what it is, but I already almost did, but I didn't. And Dean, I want you to show us some of your work. Because some of your comic book work.
Oh, the comic book? Okay.
Yeah. See you next week.
Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving.